It's time for the Take a Seat podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Howell. Please take a seat. Good morning, everyone. So this is the Take a Seat.tv channel. Welcome, everyone. If you're watching live, good to see you guys. Please comment on the live show. There's a link at the bottom to watch that live. And you can click on the comments and show us some love. We've got an exciting show ahead. I've got a fantastic, inspirational entrepreneur, a lady I've known for a long time. You're going to learn so much. I'm hoping that she's going to drop a lot of knowledge and wisdom about business. She's been in business for a very long time. So welcome, and I hope you guys are going to learn a lot and be able to apply all this in your own business. This is what the Take a Seat TV channel is about. It's about learning from other entrepreneurs. So let's jump right there in there and invite Gina in. Gina Abushapki, am I right? Abushapki, is that the right name? Let me just get you unmuted there. There we go. Gina, welcome. Did I say your surname right? Abushapki.
Yes, that's beautiful.
That's
Abushapki. Thank you.
Okay. Gina, just explain what your surname means. I've loved the explanation of that surname. Just give it to our people.
My surname is comes from Lebanon because I'm Lebanese.
Right.
And it's the Abu. Abu stands for father, and Shapki is the nets, father of the nets. So our ancestors were fishermen.
Right.
Yeah, and so basically that's fallen back into me, to my DNA, because I feel I'm part of the fishing side of things from business.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that. And something I always notice in your business is your ability to fish for people, fish for the right people. Yeah. So we're going to talk all about that today. So Gina, I thought I'd start off with some icebreaker questions, and this will probably challenge you a bit. So if I asked you to describe yourself in three words, what would that be?
3 words?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I agree.
Passionate.
Right.
Love.
Okay. Yeah, love for people. Love for people.
Yeah, just love. Yeah.
I like that combination, and I can see in your business, and we'll show our viewers your business just now. So quickly, in terms of your entrepreneurial spirit, where did you get that from? Is it something you think you were born with? Did you learn that from someone? Did you get it? If you have to mention, where what would you attest that to your entrepreneurial spirit?
I would put that to my parents, my dad, and my mom.
Okay.
The ironic thing is my dad started his business from a spare room in the house. Like I started my business from a garage. And also from my heritage, being Lebanese, we are traders.
Right.
And we create something from nothing. We can make anything happen from nothing as business. Right. And I think that drives and excites me. It gives me the challenge to do what I do and to still be here in these times because of that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And Gina, just tell us, how long have you been in business for?
This year's 25 years.
Amazing.
Palladium has been open. Okay. I have 2 salons. The one is here in Pretoria, our flagship, and then the other one is in Cape Town. Also an amazing place.
Right.
And I think my 2 salons are quite, in a way, they create a place of, if it was in other companies, they would have had 7 or 8 salons to make up my 2 because of the dynamics of the salon, the amount of people, and the way we run it.
Right. Okay. So tell us about Palladium Hair Company. What is it you guys do? It sounds like, obviously sounds very generic when you say, we're a hair company, but I know you're not. So what makes you significant in terms of a salon?
I think what makes us significant is, firstly, the core fundamentals of when you come to Palladium as an employee is you don't come to learn hair. Hair is just part of what we have. You come to learn your life skills. It's a journey that you come and join us on, life skills, on taking you on, teaching you about life, about your family, about networking. I say Palladium is more about being a concierge and a network to the world. We open doors. I call myself even a satellite embassy for Lebanon, because I love that country so much, because I've been there. It's from where I am. So I want to connect Lebanon to South Africa, and I'm doing that through Palladium. So that's why you say Palladium's not just a hair salon. Anything can happen there. You come in for your hair, but you leave with information. You can leave with a lovely box of biscuits, or a nice fragrance of oud, or whatever your heart desires. We will create that for you.
I love that. Love that. Gina, tell me, how did you come about the idea of the business? Because, I mean, there's many salons in the area in Pretoria and Cape Town, and they all do a generic service, most of them. How did you come up with your idea? What drove you to that?
Well, what happened is, I opened the business 25 years ago as a salon. But if you just stay as a salon, you stagnate. I'm always reinventing business. Even every day I reinvent it, and I have to do that to excite myself, because who stimulates me? I have to stimulate people, right? So wherever I am, wherever I go out, wherever I do, if I'm reading, if I'm seeing, I just pick up ideas. I suck in all these ideas, and then I try and apply them to the salon, just to create a vibe, because it's about a feel-good factor. How do you feel when you come to us? And that feeling, nothing can buy, no money. And so I want to create that, especially now with things in how the world is, and how sad and how heartbroken everyone is just to give them that feeling of love and care and nurture and happiness and fun and whatever we can do. So, yeah.
Gina, and so I mean, when you talk about that, I think about my own experience, and I'm going to ask you this. My wife always asks me, listen, when you go for a haircut, you leave here and you come back 3.5 hours later. What did you actually go do there? And so I want you to explain to the viewers what actually happens. Why is it a 3.5 hour haircut? Because, I mean, I can't figure it out either, but I love being there, and I just somehow end up spending 3.5 hours there. And I want to know, is that part of what you planned? Is that part of the plan behind Palladium?
Absolutely, Kevin. You know what? You come there, we've got this whole beautiful outside area. So you know how the salon is. The outside's the inside, the inside's the outside. So everything flows. And so you sit on our nice terrace outside with a beautiful garden, the bougainvilleas. You have a nice cup of coffee, or we can get you a sandwich from next door, nice panini or something. And you just unwind. And then we see, okay, do you maybe need a mani? Or if not, we give you a nice hand massage. And then when we take you to the basin, that must be the sanctuary of where you must unwind. And that's where we try and give you this unbelievable head, scalp, and neck massage, and just relax you totally. If it's possible, we sometimes get, if we quiet the nail ladies, to do a nice hand massage while you're having your head massage. And then just release everything that's in you. And then obviously, when we cut in hair, we also, if, we have the time and you're not in a hurry, and neither am I, normally we try and plan it that we can work with each client and give you the maximum. We love talking. And I think the conversation is a big thing of what stimulates both me and you as a client. That connection that we have. And sometimes, even if we don't talk a lot, we still connect in emotions. So, and you know what? There's other things there. We've got a beautiful beauty salon. So if you feel you want to get your facial done, or get your nails done, a nice manu, or some nice threading, because you also sometimes get a little bit of threading done, we do all that there.
All right. And Gina, you were talking about that head and neck massage. That's what blows me away every time. I tell my wife, there's only one part of the month that's about me. It feels like that, as the leader of a home, or the husband and a father to 4 kids. it's like it's the only 3 hours that I have for myself, and I spend it at Palladium, and it's just an amazing time. And I can never explain what it is. You guys obviously have a system behind the scenes that handles all of this, but you're absolutely spot on. It's like this place you go to relax and just find yourself at the end of the month. So many times I just go for a haircut, even though I don't need one. I just go there because I need that time. So brilliant concept. So Gina, something more about yourself. Just outline to us your schedule, your daily schedule, because I'd like our viewers obviously to learn from you as an entrepreneur. What does a typical day look like for Gina? And let's learn from that.
A typical day is around about 7 is the time I set my alarm, but
right.
I never use it. I don't know, somehow I've been waking up sometimes earlier, like at 5. My head's a little bit like TikTok at the moment, but it's good. Wake up, I then have a cup of coffee, try and focus myself a little. Obviously, there's a million messages, but I just choose the ones I need to look at first. And then I 3 times a week do training. I have a personal trainer. I do
nice.
boxing, kickboxing, and a bit of like weights and yoga. So I have this session 3 times a week, a Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Okay.
I then, after the session, get ready, go to work, and normally try and be at the salon at 10.
Okay.
Because that's after my session. And then at 11, I'll start clients. And between 10 and 11, I'll meet with my office and the rest of the team. I try and have check-ins or try and just meet clients and walk around and just see what's needed in the business. I like to just be on that floor because as I'm working, cutting clients, managing 2 salons, and, working on financials and things like that. So 11 o'clock, the big day happens. More normally, Fridays and Saturdays, I start early. And then I start working with clients. And working on the floor and in the salon and with my staff is also a big part of my inspiration because it helps me and motivates me through the day.
Right.
And then, come home at about 6.
Yes.
And then I try and eat healthy if I can.
Right. As much as
Sometimes
possible.
I cook. Yeah. But that's a basic day of mine.
Right.
But my main day is in the salon running the business.
Okay.
So I could possibly be making like 50 decisions in a space of 2 hours.
Love it. And I'm always amazed when I'm with you to see how you play those different roles in the business. You put on your customer service hat, and then you put your management hat on, and then your owner hat, and then you sometimes organize coffee, and then you running around organizing people. It's amazing how you do all of that, and it's a typical entrepreneurial environment, which I love. And my next question, Gina, is going to be about the motivation. So I'm interested, what motivates you? And you spoke about the people motivating you, but as an entrepreneur, what motivates you now? And secondly to that, has that changed over the years? Is your motivation very different now from what it was when you started off in the business?
I think there are a lot of different challenges now to when I started. And a new business 25 years ago was a total different level that we were doing than we're doing now.
Right.
So, what motivates me now, there's a lot of things that I have to pick motivation from. My staff, my clients, people in the industry. When I meet some of the CEOs of companies, which we sit down and talk about business. But I think the biggest motivation would be sitting and talking to my clients and networking, and then obviously interacting and bonding with staff. They help you through the day. And then funny enough, nature.
Wow.
Actually, nature is something, nature inspires everything. It inspires haircuts. It inspires colors. The architecture of this world is something that we forget about. And that is the biggest inspiration, I would say, and motivation.
So I'm really interested. How does nature inspire a haircut? I like that statement, but tell me how that works. I'm missing something there.
It's the beauty.
Okay.
You know, if you find beauty and if a client sits in my chair, okay, and they want me to do something, I look at that client and I try and see the most beautiful aspect of everything, their face, their eyes, their hair, and I want to create something amazing with that, because you cannot look at something in nature and say it's not beautiful.
Yep.
There is just beauty around you.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing that I would say would inspire is enhancing and bringing that out. Obviously, having the passion inside, you know,
Yeah.
which you have to seek and find sometimes, but that is the thing that stimulates one.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Right. And Gina, so what would you say is your greatest entrepreneurial achievement thus far? What are you proud of in your business? An achievement.
That's a good question. I think, you know, what I could possibly say that makes me proud is just to see how many people I've affected in my life, or met or inspired or taught.
Yes.
Because if you look around the country, there are many stylists, salons that have walked through Palladium's doors.
Right.
And yeah, I think just having that is amazing.
Yep. And that's something you're really good with, as well as being a mentor for people. I mean, I see that often, that you mentor young people through the industry, and not all of them stay with you, and you find with that they leave and, you know, go find their own way in life. So, and earlier on, before we started the show, you spoke about purpose, and it was really important for me that you went down that route. So just talk to me about purpose and how you see purpose in your business, because a lot of entrepreneurs are in it for the money, and you were talking about, you know, your purpose in life and how that's more important than the money behind it.
Yeah, that is the fundamental thing that we need to hold on to, which we forget about. Because if you don't have a purpose in life, what is life? So you need that purpose. And for me, what is the business? The business is connecting me to people and networking with staff and relationships. That is the big purpose. If you don't, we are all social beings, and if we don't have relationships with each other, we don't survive. We need to have a relationship to talk. And I think being in the business, having that, the relationship and the people around, gives you that purpose. Yes, I want to open up tomorrow. I want to be there tomorrow. I want to make people feel happy. And, you know, at the end of the day, when a lot of people will go and look at the cash app of the day and see what happened, you know, what money did they take in? I hardly ever see my figures. You know, I look at them much later.
Right.
My question is, how did I enjoy the day? You know, what experience I got out of, what was the vibe? What about the chaos? You know, there's got to be chaos as well, because you get good chaos. And, you know, when the business is a bit quiet in the shop, I will make sure I create chaos. But the chaos is the performance. And we are about performing in front of people. And people, all they want is to be entertained. So that's what we're creating. And that is the purpose.
Love
it's
it.
the excitement. Yeah.
Love it. Really, really good. All right, Gina. And so talking about purpose and the excitement. So I want to know, in terms of stress and frustration, what shortcuts have you learned to successfully deal with frustration and stress? Like maybe tools that people can use, young entrepreneurs can use, to get past the frustration and stress.
Yeah, it's a very good thing, a very good lesson. I am still learning. Every day I learn this lesson. Look, frustration, firstly, is you need patience. You need to start learning patience. You got to think before you speak. And a lot of times, my staff will come to me many times and ask questions, and I would look at them, and I am answering them in my head, but I'm not speaking, because I'm not in the right space. And at that time, if I had to say something, I might say the wrong thing. So that is one big thing that you have to work on yourself as a person, on controlling things you say and on controlling your patience. And once you've achieved that, that helps you to the next level of moving your life and your business easier. Even though every day is a stress factor, you still learn from that. So yeah, I would say, Kevin, that patience is your big virtue, and that is difficult. Yeah.
Right. Especially if you have a big vision and you've got things to do and you want to get things done, it's very difficult to keep that balance.
But I have a motto: if you go slow, you go far. Remember, after 10 years, you want to be successful, and in 10 years, you're going to be successful. And when you get that 10 years, then it's another 10 years to achieve that success. So you're never there. If you think you're there, then you might as well just give up life. The minute you think you're there or you've achieved something, just give up your life, because you never are. Yeah.
Love that. Love it. Love it. Right, Gina, and then in terms of the human resource factor, how important is that to your success in business over the last 25 years? You know, the type of people you employ, the character of the people, and so forth.
It is important, but what is important to know is that there's a lot of people, or most of the people that I employ, I see something. I just see a twinkle of something, and I know I can mold that person. Yes, I have made mistakes. I can, because of maybe my kindness and my good heart, sometimes been taken advantage.
Right.
And I feel that most times when I look at people, I always look at people I always see their good qualities much more than their bad. So for me, I'd look at someone, I never see bad qualities, I only see good. And that helps me actually to develop and bring the best out of that person. And that's, I don't just employ anyone on their skill. It's not about your skill. It's about your attitude. If your attitude is good and you have that passion, you can go anywhere. You can go far. The persistence, never to give up. The persistence to achieve those are the things, the qualities that I try and install and look for in people, and, help them to sort of bring it out or give it or teach it to them. So I would say those are the assets of the people.
Right. And Gina, what do you believe? Do you think there's a winning formula for becoming a successful entrepreneur, or do you think it just happens by accident?
Nothing happens by accident. Nothing. You know, the thing is that people always say luck, but what is luck? Luck is the law of attraction, basically. Luck is what you attract in your life. If you attract positive, if you're not a pessimist and you attract these things, that's what makes you successful. But your attitude to never thinking that you are there and that you now can't pick up a broom in your own business or make a cup of coffee because now you the CEO. That is the success, is that you're on ground level at all times and you don't forget where you've come from, and keeping yourself on that level of being humble, appreciation, and you know what? Has hard work ever killed anybody? No. Hard work has never killed anybody. Hard work has only made people better. But unfortunately, these days, the younger people want success like this instantly. Add water and you there,
Absolutely.
And it doesn't happen. They can't deal with relationships. They can't actually talk anymore. They've lost the skill of communication because their cell phone is their best friend. So they can only talk to a cell phone. And if if you go out sometimes, you're sitting at a table, everyone's got their cell phones out, and what are they doing? They're actually having a conversation with each other on a cell phone. It's like crazy. And it's sad because, yes, social media is good, cell phones and all this is good, but it's destroying the beauty of discovering people, discovering relationships, talking to people, listening. And that's the thing now that the young people need to realize. To start a business, you need to put your cell phones away. You need to know there's no instant add hot water and you've got your business. You need to work 24/7, 7 days
Right.
a week. My life never stops. On weekends, when it's month end, even when I'm in Cape Town, I'm working. I'm still doing clients in Cape Town. I do my own salaries. I'm involved. I've got my finger on the pulse all the time. If you take your finger off the pulse, that's it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Good. And so a nice question around that would be, if you have to disagree with entrepreneurial advice that you've got in the past, what would that be? If you could choose one thing that you've heard before that you hear in the media often that you disagree with? Do you have something like that you disagree with, or maybe agree with?
Yeah, I don't know about things disagreeing because it's such a sensitive line. But agreeing with something, yeah, that's something that's in my head that I don't know. I have to figure out how to express that.
Right. All right. Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the next question. Let me
Yes.
come back to that.
Yeah, I'll come back
think
to that
I'll
one.
answer that
Think about that. Yeah, because I know that you have some very strong views about entrepreneurial, the entrepreneurial environment. So I know often you and I speak about things that you hear in the outside world, and because of your experience in business, it's just not true. And I think you mentioned one of them is like the young people that believe you just go into business and 2 or 3 years later you're an overnight success. So talk to me about the 5 skills. If you can mention 5 skills that make a entrepreneur successful, what would they be? Just take a stab at it, even if it's 3. What do you think makes a successful entrepreneur?
I would say what can make you successful is obviously, like I said, your hard work.
Yeah.
Your ability to communicate.
Yep.
Communication is everything, actually. And communicate from your heart as well as your business mind is very important. Building relationships in your business is very important. Understanding the fundamentals of things, like your financials and things is important to understand that. And then understanding the creativeness of your business, the needs. So those things all together, I think, would be the skills that one would need. Is that I don't just cut hair, but I am able to operate, and I actually conduct, like a conductor would conduct the orchestra. I conduct my business every second that I'm there. When I'm working at my station, I'm actually using all my mirrors, and I'm working with people, calling, doing this, taking this without people knowing. It's almost like an underground movement that I'm doing.
I agree.
But, it adds to the whole flavor of everything. And yeah, those things actually, those kind of skills help you to be successful.
Yeah. And just taking from that, what do you think are the effective methods that you use to motivate your team to do the same thing? You speak about relationships and managing the environment. What do you do to effectively manage the team to motivate them for outstanding results?
That is the difficult part. Managing staff, managing people. That is the ultimate. And, the best for me is how I try and manage the team is I try and watch the individual, and I try and see each person's character, and I start learning about their character until I know enough of their character that when I have the opportunity to sit and chat to them, I would then sit down and talk to them and give them a lot more sort of life skills on situations in the business that then help them to get motivated or to see the reasoning behind certain situations. And that's how I can stimulate my staff.
Right. And on the culture around, once you've built the effective team and you know a lot about building a culture, what would you say are the milestones, the different steps to achieving a culture? Because it's not something that you can start in day one. I mean, you employ people and you start your business, but over time a culture develops, and it's very evident you guys have a culture. How do you actually do that? How do you build a culture that speaks Palladium?
I think that is an extension of me, and bringing out the family side, that we are a big family. And so I am an extension to my staff. My staff are then the extension to the rest of the world. And the message that we want to always try and give to our clients and to the rest of the world, the main message is bringing in peace and happiness. That's the whole time what I am going on. You need the love, you need peace, and no gossiping and no bringing people down, because that's what's destroying this world. And actually that's a negative thing on social media, is the gossiping and the bringing down of people. That's one thing that I don't enjoy at all. I can't live with gossip around. Right. And we want to be a reflection of goodness. So when anybody in the salon is unhappy, or they're fighting with each other, or they're having a negative moment, my first question is, why are you here? Why? If you're not happy, find a place that makes you happy. But this place, you need to be here because you want to, because you are happy here. So that kind of thing is what I've installed in my staff time and time and time again. And then I think just about, the music that is played in the salon. The music is a part of an emotion. And music is universal. It's words that are spoken without understanding it.
Right.
And I try and create that in the business. So when you're there, you go on a journey. You could be in any country in the world. The coffee we serve, we try and give you the best coffee. It feels like you're in a coffee shop, Try and perfect everything to make it the best you can to make people happy.
Love it.
I think that's it.
Great. I, as you talk about that coffee, I'm smelling the aromas as I walk into Palladium. I remember that clearly. So, Gina, just in terms of going through tough times, we've been through a very tough time the last year as business people, all of us. The world has changed completely. What self-control mechanisms have you developed to keep sane in a situation like this, where everything goes wrong and you still have to go out every morning, open up the shop, put on your smile, inspire your people, motivate your people, and keep customers happy? How do you actually do that? How do you get past the negativity of what's going on around you?
It has been tough, Kevin, and you're right. Like, there are times where I literally, if you even go to my playlist, you'll see what I put there. The one name of the playlist, one of the titles of my playlist was called Breathe. I get it. I literally had to just breathe. Because not just me, I mean, everybody is around you. Clients are coming in, they're sad. We sitting there, we've got our masks on the whole day. We're working with our masks, and clients are coming in. They've lost businesses. They've lost people they love. They've lost so much, and we are the only person that's there to connect to them the closest. We are the only people right now that people sometimes can get a touch from, because we are touching you by massaging you. And if we don't do that, who's doing that to people? Because we're not allowed to touch, because you've seen now, you get close to someone and if they're nervous, they move over. They like jump away from you because of social distance.
Yeah.
And this social distance has caused an anxiety. And and it's caused pressure and stress on all of us. And with this, yes, how do you stay motivated? How do I carry on the next day? And literally by saying to myself, breathe, take 1 minute, not even one day, 1 minute at a time, and make the most of that minute, because it's a memory. And I hopefully want to leave the best memories I can in my life for everyone. But it is difficult. And I know, I mean, I struggle myself, but I keep reminding myself on that.
Okay. Love it. Right, Gina and I, Palladium, and I just want to show the website as well as we speak about the branches. So this is a photograph of the entrance and reception area. So you've got a branch in Cape Town and one in Pretoria. What is the future of Palladium? Where's this going? What's the vision for you moving forward?
The vision going forward is probably just to sustain what we have. And I don't know if I would go bigger with any salons, but I say it would rather be to get my staff more involved in the business, in creating my staff as my business partners and growing with the people that I love in my company to become part of this. Because what makes me happy is sharing what I have. I don't want this for me. I want to share everything because that is my purpose. My purpose, money doesn't make people happy, but giving and sharing and changing people's lives and being part of something bigger is what makes me happy. And that's what I'm trying to seek now, is that kind of feeling. And with clients as well, to just make them happy. So the vision is basically to grow with the people in my life at the moment that I have.
Okay. Got it. And Gina, what would you say going forward? What would be? You said you want to just consolidate everything now, but in consolidation, there's also innovation. So going forward in the COVID time, what are the innovations that you're looking out for in your business? How will you be different in the next year or two?
I think just by having more power packed things in, like, how can I put it out? Going like having more apps and stuff that clients can connect to, thinking of creating it to make it easier for people to come to Palladium and to enjoy themselves. So instead of you trying to run around, also going to 5 places, like one of the clients said, she spends 5 days trying to do everything. She can do her hair, she can do microblading, she can do microneedling, she can have a massage, Swedish massage, or hot stone therapy and a facial. She can do nails. The gents can come in and then have full male grooming where they do their nails. They can do a hot towel shave and have a haircut. And I think by having all this in one place, you can do it literally in half a day. While we're doing your hair, we're doing your nails. And then while your color's on, maybe the client's getting their eyebrows threaded or whatever. So we're trying to save time, but give you the most valuable things in that little time that we have, because time is everything. And
Absolutely.
we don't have time.
Absolutely.
Time is what our life is about. And
right.
People's time is very precious to them.
Right. Okay, Gina, so let's change gears a bit. Just to end the show, we have to end at 1:45. But I want to ask you a couple of fun questions. If you have to choose three things to take with you, if we teleport you to a desert island, what would be the 3 things you would take with you?
The 3 things. Hey.
It's just you and you're alone on that island. What are you taking with you?
Definitely, I have to eat.
Some food.
Food. I don't know. I'll probably take my scissor. I'm so attached to my scissor. I don't know why.
You're going to
I don't
find
think
someone to have a haircut.
Yeah, I think my scissor and not my phone. Some nice food. I really enjoy food. Food makes me happy.
Okay.
And I don't even think I need my shoes. I just think something comfortable. Maybe my boxing gloves. I love my boxing gloves. Absolutely. So I think I would love them. Yeah.
Okay. You didn't mention the boxing as a way to relieve some of the frustration and stress, but maybe that's something you should have mentioned.
No, that is what I do. If I
Okay.
didn't exercise,
Right.
I wouldn't be sitting talking to you. That is a major part of helping me through this time. You know, with my personal trainer, he knows me so well, and he just, when he sees me, knows, okay, today you better box. And you know, sometimes he even says, what is it? Just get it out. And I'll just say the names and I'll box and kick that bag so much. But you just feel amazing, you know?
Right.
You need you need to also change your serotonins and, you know, get the endorphins going. And that is important. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this balanced life. And I think for our viewers, that's important too. Again, for the young entrepreneurs out there, you can run so hard after success that you forget about your health and you forget about your mind. And it's important to have that balance in your life and keep that balance with things like exercise and spending time in nature and so forth. So Gina, second last question. If you could choose one thing in your journey as an entrepreneur that you would change, what would it be? Something that you did that you wished you could go back to and change that decision.
I don't think I want to change a decision because I've learned from it.
Right.
Actually, if I wanted to change it, I wouldn't have learned. And I can't actually put it down to one specific thing. Everything I've come across in my life is a challenge, and that's part of my character. Is I love challenge, and obviously I've got an addiction to chaos, and I've got an addiction to life. So having a bit of a crazy life around me, creating the chaos, is what stimulates me. Like the addiction to having that craziness is what makes me go.
Right.
So other people are addicted to other things. I need a bit of craziness around, and then I'm stimulated. So even in those times I could have made wrong decisions, but I learned from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Very powerful. And I think it's something really important as an entrepreneur to know that you shouldn't be avoiding failure. You should actually seek failure, because once you get to failure, you're actually learning how to do business. Yeah. I think a lot of young people are trying to avoid the failures and the embarrassment of failing.
Yeah.
And that's actually where the learning happens. Powerful.
Yeah. The one thing people need to learn is to apologize. Like you say, you know, failure or apologize. If I make a mistake, I will tell you I am sorry. I'll call you and I'll tell you the reason why I did that, and I'll apologize. And being able to express yourself and express in the moment why you were crazy helps you to actually grow and keep your business together. So,
right. Yeah. Right. All right, Gina, then my final question, it's always the big question, is if you have to write a book, what would you name it? A book about your entrepreneurial journey. What would you name it?
That's,
even if just some key words you want to throw out there as a brainstorm session about your book's title. And I want you to write that book, so maybe this is a good start.
The best thing would be persistence.
Okay.
You could say passion, pleasure. So call it the 3 Ps.
Yeah, I like that. The 3 Ps of business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Passion, pleasure, and persistence is what you need. Yeah.
Love it. Okay. And it takes you 20 years to be an overnight success.
Absolutely. And I'm still going on for the next 20 to get there.
It hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped.
Never stops.
Right. Gina, just quickly as we end off, just tell people where your shops are if they want to come and visit you for that head and neck massage. And I put that on the screen again because, guys, this is absolutely the best part. I know the haircuts are fantastic. The styling is fantastic. But I tell you, the head and neck massage is really what it's about. Gina is a fantastic stylist. She has fantastic people that work with her. But I've fallen in love with the head and neck massage. So please get out there and do that and have a cappuccino on the way there.
No, thanks, Kevin, for also believing in me and, seeing the eyes that you have that many people don't see. Thanks for having that and giving me this time to just express things. So the salons are in Pretoria's in Waterkloof Heights.
Okay.
It's 103 Club Avenue. And the Cape Town one is in the Cape Quarter, the new lifestyle Cape Quarter building in Greenpoint.
Very nice area that, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And they can go on our website or wherever, and they'll pick up our address on our website and the directions. You can just link on and you'll get the directions to go there straight away.
Yeah, I'll put the website in the comments so people can go there right now. All right, good. Gina, thanks so much for your time. I know it's difficult to pin you down for an hour in your business. So thank you to your staff for allowing you to have this time with me. It's been great speaking to you. And I'd love to invite you back. There's so much more I want to ask you. So please make some time in future for us again. I'd love to speak to you and share some more, allow you to share some more of your journey. But thanks so much for your time.
No, I really appreciate it. And I enjoyed it. And I definitely will be back. Always good talking to you, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Gina, have a wonderful morning and we'll chat soon.
You too. Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.